Wicking it at the Wick.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode, Moto Aftermath Show here. Southwick in the books, 7 rounds in to the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Series. Let's take care of some housekeeping first. First off, we still got the Amazon links down below. Again, you don't have to buy what they're linked to, but we're affiliated with them, so if you click that, go on Amazon, buy anything, we get a small slice of it. It would really help us out. Helps with production costs. I have to feed this fucker every week.
No, he doesn't.
I feed him every fucking week.
No, he's...
How many weeks have I not fed you?
Twice.
Once.
We had whatever. Just
Once.
Whatever.
And I had ice cream and you were pissed. I can tell you were pissed, so now I feed you every fucking week since then. 1 week I didn't. Here we are. Anywho, Amazon links down below. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Always posting cool stuff. Got the Redbud pics went up. There's a bench racing video that I put on there from Redbud with a couple other buddies, which is pretty good. We're doing privateer interviews now.
Yep.
There's a couple of those up. We're trying to line some more of those up. What else do we got going on? Did the Redbud Super Edit. If you haven't seen that, make sure you check that out. That was pretty cool. Had some different stuff that you guys don't normally get to see. Am I missing anything?
I think that pretty much covered it from last week.
Alright, that's pretty much it. Let's jump into talking about the tracks. We were at Southwick 338. Southwick 338. The Wick, brah.
Go ahead. I normally start this segment.
It was sandy.
Yeah, you think?
Like a vagina.
Oh, man, damn it.
Just kidding. It wasn't that sandy. It's definitely changed over the years. I remember watching older videos from the early 2000s. Super deep sand. Now it's kind of like really sandy on top, but they get to the base in a lot of spots, and we noticed that today too with the track. Watching it, there was a lot of spots you could see that it was braking bumps. It wasn't like sand rollers going into corners and coming out. It was actual braking and acceleration bumps, which is a little disappointing. Bring some more sand in, dude. Redbud keeps packing. Redbud's going to be a sand track soon.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much what Travis said. Southwick's, it's definitely changed over the years. So much of that sand because they took a break. They was going through ownership, you know, changing and stuff. They still ran the NASC races, but all that top thick base over the years just kept getting pushed off and pushed off to the top. And they tried bringing a little bit more sand to the straightaways and stuff so it didn't get so packed up. And then situations like that last moto where it rained, it gets greasy on top. But sand's one of those things that it's a variable like a mud moto. Not everybody knows how to ride it, and they think that, hey, dude, if I just keep it wicked and manhandle the bike, that maybe the chassis will absorb everything, which is more of a technique to it. You gotta use body language, but you also gotta finesse it, kind of like what Ferendis was doing in that first moto. But the one thing I noticed where they did add the sand in this year, rolling into the faces, is how pocketed out it did. And that just basically happens because guys don't have good drives rolling through the corners, so when they shift, bearing it instead of sitting in, it just lifts and then it just keeps getting packed in and packed in. Cost a few guys. Marvin, that second moto, it's dude, it was gnarly. But other than that, yeah, it's definitely not even close to as rough as even, I want to say, 6 years ago. You know, it's nothing like it used to be. But yeah, I mean, it's our only sand track at the Nationals, so I mean, you can't really complain.
It's the one track that's one of the few that's different than the norm. So
yeah. So
anywho, all right, cool. Let's start talking about races. All right, 450 class. We'll start with them. Before we get into the overalls, let's talk about the few other things I got written on the board there. Let's start with the JGR motors. Looked a lot like the Pro Circuit motors.
Well, technically
there was one motor, and then Barsha ran the fuck out of gas.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, get off the fucking rev limiter! You'll save gas!
Yeah, we're not really 100% sure that it either completely just ran out of gas or vapor locked. But it's funny because we'll get into the week, they'll ask J-Bone and he'll say it was an electrical issue. So,
Listen to the Paul Febeck Show, JGR check-in. So, J-Bone, what happened to
Stater.
Barsha's bike, that first moto? Did you guys run out of gas? Or no, electrical issue. Injector went bad.
yep, it's good. It's good.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
But if we're going to touch on that for a second, like I said to you, the first moto, I don't know how this keeps... Dude, we've been going to Southwick for how many years, and especially with a guy like Barsha, how do you, if it did vapor lock, not run a heat shield? And if you're not, and it did run out of gas, how are you not running an oversized tank? It's not that hard. JGR can make their own gas tank. As a mechanic, it really bothers me when shit like that happens. Pike, it's whatever. If the bike grenaded, I mean, Pike's a big dude, deep sand, what are you going to do? But if you're running out of gas as a factory team like JGR with probably the biggest budget, maybe next to Honda in the class, it's just not acceptable. I mean, that's all I can say. So,
How the fuck do you run out of gas?
I don't know, dude.
I'm broke and I don't run out of gas in my motos, so I don't
It's
know.
pathetic is what it is.
Okay, and then the other big story, second moto, Marv, big crash.
That was bad.
Big crash. Thought he was taking out the mule, thought he was taking out some people. Had a good start second moto, was running up front, keeping Eli at bay. Now, I've heard Jason Thomas talk about this a lot. I've heard some other people talk about it too now, how wide of a bike Marv runs. And now that I've actually been paying attention to it, man, does he's good.
He's done that his whole career.
I know, he's gonna get blown off the berm one time. He's gonna do it to like Barsha or something and just get
Well, it's like
blown
we
off.
always used to bitch about him cross jumping back with Coop in 2015, like cross jumping and like that's just who Marv is. Like when he knows somebody's coming through like a freight train and they're faster than him, you know what? You got to do what you got to do, but it's dangerous. And it's always annoyed me, but I've gotten to the point that it's just like, hey, that's just who Marv is. Like he's never going to change.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, but yeah, he had a big crash. Ended up out that second moto. That bike was just mangled. So
I think he retweaked his knee too, which was not good.
It could be. Yep. So a lot of definitely interesting stories coming in. You have Marv, knee's better. Now the knee's not. You have Baggett, has a hurt thumb. Not really sure what's wrong with it.
Ando's
salvaged
out.
the weekend. Ando hurts his back, so he's out for the weekend. So his title hopes are done. Tickle's out. So
Canard was out.
Shocker. Trey's gone.
I mean, honestly, for a second though, like, isn't this what normally happens in the 450 class? We've just made it a few rounds in longer.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
yeah.
Look at Supercross every year. Yeah. How many rounds do we really make it in before at least two top dudes go out?
Yep. Nope,
Canard,
not arguing that.
as much as I hate to say about Trey, it was bound to happen soon. I hate saying that. But, I mean, it's not a shocker. This always happens.
Okay, the question I got, though. We all think Trey's done after this year anyway. Is he really hurt? Or did he come back and go, did he pull a Kevin Windham and he came back and he just goes, I can't do it? He's finally mentally reached his breaking point and he's just like, I can't do it. So, because did you hear why he was hurt? Or what was wrong with him?
Practice crash. Practice crash during the week, which seems to be Trey's thing. To answer that question, I don't know how much you paid attention to him during the motos at Redbud. The second moto, I didn't really, but the first moto, like when he crashed, it took him a good 4 laps to get into a groove, and there was a couple times where he was coming through the pack against some privateers. Like I think one of them was like Henry Miller, and the other one was that Japanese dude Tomita. And it took him a good 2 laps to get around him, and I'm like,
Like I said, has he reached his breaking point, do you think? That he's just like, I'm not going to do this anymore. He's kind of nursing along. He came back for a couple rounds here just to say, okay, I did it. But he went, nope, I can't do it.
We kind of saw it in Supercross.
Yeah.
Anytime you go to a track, even with the 450s just having so much torque where you can just roll on, the gnarly rhythm sections that they, like, when Eli and all those guys were hitting, he just wouldn't size them up till the night show, and then it's like, nope, I'm done.
Yep.
So yeah, I agree. I think it is mentally. I think he's just getting through the year, and then it's over.
Yep.
It's over.
That's
so,
it. He's got money. He's got enough stuff he wants to do outside of racing. So, which is fine. Go do it, man. I mean,
it just sucks because you're talking about somebody that could have had one of the most promising careers, but most important with him with all his crashes is his health. So
yep. So. Okay, so moving on from that stuff, let's get into our top 5 overall. Really the shocker of the day here.
Woo, holy shit.
Martin Davalos. 5th overall. 5th overall.
Can we say that maybe he should have moved to a 450 a long time ago?
I'm going to say Steve Mathis was right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Steve Mathis was right.
Like years ago, Marty, you should have moved up there. I understand you're making millions of dollars riding the 250, but you're actually getting results on the 450. You're probably going to make the same amount of money more easily.
I mean, he hasn't set the world on fire, but he's had a few good motos where it's shown his outright speed. Now,
Top 5 overall is not bad. He's qualified well. I mean,
here's my question to you though: if Zacho moves up next year, which is all sounding like everything we've heard he's going to, do they keep Martin Davalos on that 450 with Ando being the other guy? Because they don't have a 250 guy really other than Mosman, and who knows how long that contract is. Do they keep Martin on there?
Mosman's got to have another year.
Yeah, he probably. What I'm saying is I don't know how.
Next year, he didn't start till outdoors.
What I'm saying is I don't know how long his contract is up over his rookie contract.
Okay, well if they keep Martin up, so you're gonna have Davalos,
Ando,
Wilson.
Yep.
And
Osborne
if he moves up,
to a
I don't think
450.
Osborne's going up. I think you're gonna have a three-person 450 team, and then you're gonna have Mosman and Zach on the 250. One per
I could see that.
coast. That's what I think. Because they changed the rules so Zach can still ride.
But what happens if he wants to move and he tells Bobby Hewitt, I want to go to a 450?
If he wants to move, I think at this point Bobby's locked in and tells him to beat. Well, I guess maybe he's not locked in with Martin yet. Well, no, Martin's still contracted next year too.
That's my point.
But God, I don't know. That's a tough call. That's something for the silly season.
All I know is everything I've heard is Zacho wants to go to a 450. That's everything I've heard. Now, whether that's true,
that's a silly season discussion. So
I'm just curious.
I don't know.
That's why I brought it up.
I don't know, but let's move on from that. We'll get to that. We're gonna do a few silly season shows here because obviously there's a lot going on. There's a lot of contracts up this year, so we'll get to that. But yeah, I don't really know an answer to that question right now. So okay, 4th overall, Cooper Webb.
Looked really good that first moto.
Podium the first moto.
And it was looking like it was going to happen the second moto, and then just a small little mistake, but
that was the theme of the day, though.
Yeah, it was.
Small mistakes. I mean, how many guys in the 250 class in the first moto went down?
Probably from
8 out of the top 10 crashed.
And that might have been just what we've seen. It could have been more than that. So, he looked good, though. I think, obviously he was a little bit off the pace of Baggett and Eli and stuff, which was to be expected, but it's one of those things, though, as much as I like Coop, is this just because he likes the sand and he rides sand, and then we go to Millville and it goes back to him being where he normally was? I don't know, and to be honest with you, he didn't look even happy after that podium, after the first moto. And, I mean, I just don't know with Coop anymore this year. I really don't. He doesn't look happy.
Nope. So, and, we've talked about it. Okay, he doesn't like the bike. Well, you went to Destinations 2 years in a row on that bike and dominated with it. Yep. So what the fuck is wrong with it now?
That's what I mean. I don't know. I don't know if something's going on internally or what, but
yeah,
he just doesn't look happy.
I don't know. I would be interested to talk to Chad Reed off the record and see what he says, because Chad Reed doesn't like that team either. He's trying to get off of it too.
And from what I heard, Chad and Coop don't even talk that much.
Yeah, so it's interesting that Coop isn't doing well and looks upset all the time, and Chad doesn't want on the team. So what's going on with Factory Yamaha that isn't up to snuff?
Maybe there's a reason why they didn't have a factory team for a long time.
Maybe.
So another thing for silly season, but it's an interesting question. What's going on with Cooper Webb?
Yep. So moving on, 3rd overall. You want to talk about this guy?
I mean, dude, I'm not upset about it. I know that anybody that listen, I don't know, we've said it a couple times. Me and my buddy Matt, he was the one on the bench racing between him and Weston Pike. Honestly, I don't have a problem with Dino. He rode good, but he kind of lucked into this one today with Marv crashing, Coop crashing. He was running 6th. He got 6th the first moto. Dean's a fighter. I got no problem with Dino. I mean, we said it on the Muddy Creek show. Did he finally just end up where he was going to be no matter what with all those blown out knees? He's doing good. He's 5th in the points right now. I don't know how far back. But he's kind of been one of those guys where the only reason he's been there is because he's been in the top 10, but other guys have had problems because really since Hangtown up until today, what has he done? He hasn't really done anything.
Nope.
Moto-wise.
He's just consistently in the top 10.
He's just there.
Yep.
So I got nothing to say. I mean, good on him. That's awesome. His first podium on a 450 outdoors. But once again, he kind of lucked into it. But hey, man, you know what? That's part of racing. You got to be consistent. So good for him. I mean, great. You know what?
Awesome.
I mean,
Super.
There's nothing else to say. I mean, it wasn't
there really,
spectacular.
There really isn't. No, he didn't blow the doors off anybody.
Because what? He was like 35 seconds back from Baggett in second. So.
Oh, yeah.
But on to second place.
On to second place, Blake Baggett. You know, I called it a good day. I was nervous watching the second practice there. Didn't go out and really set any fast laps. Nope. Did a couple heaters, but that was it, and they still weren't that fast. So I was like, oh boy, thumb's really bothering him. This is going to be a long day for him. But good starts both motos. Runs up front both motos. Now.
Here we go.
Now.
Here we go. Here it is.
Let's ask the question. This is now 3 motos out of the last 4 that Tomac has started behind him and finished in front of him by a significant amount.
Yep.
2 out of the, I mean, it was today and the other,
and
Red Bud.
And Muddy Creek first moto.
Yep. Now, can we finally put the argument to bed that Eli is faster than Baggett?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, what else proof do you need?
Question of the day, comment below. Can we finally put the argument to bed that Eli Tomac is faster than Blake Baggett after seeing, number 1, he's won 4 out of 4 motos. Number 2, 3 out of 4, he has started behind Blake, past Blake, and beat Blake.
Let's hear from our buddy Andrew Greery. Is that his name?
Gary.
We apologize. We're not making fun of you. We just really don't know how to pronounce your last name. But let's hear from you because you've been critical of us.
Yeah. So let's hear your thoughts. I know that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But anywho, yeah. Other than that, though, Baggett did a great job today. He minimized damage. I mean, he lost another 6 points, so I think he's 19 behind Tomac now. He's got a week off to rehab the thumb, so he can basically take a week off from riding here, just do simple off the bike stuff, get the thumb looked at, figure out exactly what's wrong with it. The week before Millville, start riding again, and be good to go, hopefully.
But here's the question, though. Here's the question, and I guess this can just lead into our overall winner, Eli, but it's also staying on the Baggett topic. You're 19 points down. You've gotten handled by, once again, a decent margin the last 5 motos. You're going to a track that Eli's not the best at, but after that you're going to a track that he won at last year, and then rounding out the series with 3 good tracks that he's been fairly decent at. How do you even come close to even keeping the points? I mean, I don't see how he can get a win barring any bad luck from Eli.
The only way that Baggett's going to win this title, in my opinion, at this point, the only way he's going to win is he is literally going to have to do what he said he was going to do the first moto he won, which I had to break him. He's going to have to break him.
But
and what I mean by break him is he is either going to have to put him on the ground,
which I don't see
happening. Which I don't see happening.
Nope.
Or number 2, he's going to have to go out and win probably at least 3 out of the next 4 motos by over a minute.
So
and break him like Tomac was breaking Ryan Dungey in 2015.
And the problem is that other than Millville, there's not really a track where I see Baggett being able to do hyperspeed. Baggett, El Chupacabra
Well, and even
style.
if he does hyperspeed, what stops Tomac from hyperspeed? You need it right behind him. That's the thing.
I just don't see it. Like, I don't see how Baggett can do it. Even if he's feeling the flow, I don't see how he can do it. Now, yes, you ring off a couple moto wins and Eli has problems. You can get those points back pretty quickly, but, I mean, Eli's been on it the last 5 out of 6 motos.
Yep. I mean, and anything can happen. We've seen it. I mean, look at Marv crashing today. Tomac had brake issues already this year. Fucking Grant's bike blew up or something there. Pike's bike blows up today. All the PC bikes have blown up. The Geico bikes can't stay together. I mean, it can happen, but barring any catastrophic failures like that, like I don't see a way. At this point, we're more than halfway in. He's got a 19-point lead, and most of the tracks we're going to, he's fairly decent at.
And honestly, he's not. It doesn't even look like he's trying.
Yeah. So.
It really doesn't look like he's trying at all. It's kind of like what it was when he went on his roll in Supercross. Like, he just sit back there, mark the dude in front of him. If he capitalized on a mistake, good, or he just wick it up when any lap he felt like it, and you go around him, and that was the end of it.
I mean...
And it's getting boring now.
I mean, literally, it's to the point, though, that if Tomac wins, like, 2 more motos over Blake, finishing second, then all Tomac's got to do is finish right behind Blake the rest of the year, and he wins.
And the thing is that Eli, to take a thing from Baggett, he's broke his competitors. He broke Baggett. He's broken Marv pretty much every time they touch the track, other than Glen Helen, which was obviously out of his control. And then last week at Redbud in the second moto, when him and Ando started together, I said to you that I thought maybe Ando could get on a streak if he got a start, got ahead of Eli. And we all know what happened after that. Eli yarded him. So it's like, how does... Once again, the only dude that can really compete with Eli outdoors is sitting on a couch right now with a busted up arm.
Yep.
So it's like, what do you do?
Yep.
And I'm sorry, 19 points, folks. It's kind of hard to throw those points away, like a la East Rutherford and Supercross.
Yep.
So I mean,
I don't know. It's interesting, but yeah, barring, like I said, barring a catastrophic failure, I don't see Eli losing the title at this point. There was a beginning in the first 4 rounds there. I was questioning it a little bit, but I don't know. And the red plate wasn't too heavy for him.
Yeah, I guess the red plate wasn't heavy, guys. So, what do you got to say about that?
Comment below. That's the 450 talk. All right, 250s. Theme of the day for 250s.
Keep it on 2.
Keep it on 2. If you can keep it off the ground, you are good.
Which, by the way, I really hope AP's okay.
Yeah. So basically, first moto was a crash fest. I would say probably from at least what we saw. I said 8 in the 450s, but
it might have been more than
6 out of 10 it went down that were in the top 10 during that first moto. Probably more because we didn't see it all. AP had a nasty wreck, buried his neck in the ground.
Yep.
So I hope he's okay. He got up and walked off. They took his helmet off, so that was a good sign.
But he DNS the second
I was
one.
going to say, you got him, Forkner. Who's the other one? It didn't start. I can't remember.
Hill,
yeah.
Which I didn't even see what happened to Forkner because it didn't even look like he was in bad shape, like he had a bike problem.
And Hill was just probably like, it's going to rain, I'm out.
So, before we get into our top... Yeah, dude. Well, I don't know, man. He's from Oregon. He rides in the rain a lot, probably.
Nah, dude.
But not in the sand.
He's Supercross only, bro.
Not in the sand.
Supercross only, bro.
Can we, before we get in the top 5, now that we're talking, since that's 2 Pro Circuit guys, and can we talk about that for just a split second? Are we at the point where Pro Circuit has become the laughing stock of 250s?
I just think it's one of those situations, it's not their year. You have guys like Zach Osborne that everything's going his way, and the whole PC team is just fucked.
Can we kind of say, though, that maybe the hype from Forkner is kind of went... I know he's had good motos here and there, but...
I don't know that the hype has gone... Fuck, how many mechanicals has he had this year?
No, I know. That's
7 rounds, he's had 3 mechanicals?
That's what I was getting at. But what I was about to say is that even... He's had a few good motos, but there's been times where it's just like, dude... It's when he gets a bad start. He doesn't look like the same dude.
The top 12 dudes are all the same speed. So if he doesn't get a start, then of course he's not going to show any flash. If he gets a start, which we've seen, he runs right up front with them. So he's as fast as all the other dudes, but he has yet to yank a very solid start. And when you have, when you're 14 motos in and 3 out of the 14, which doesn't sound like a lot, but your bike doesn't even finish it. Not because of anything you did. Your bike just is done.
What I was getting at is talking about maybe the hype going down is that when he can't get a start, yes, once again, we keep talking about there's no real clear-cut favorite, which that proved today in the first moto compared to the second moto. It's just that if Forkner ever wants to win this championship, he's got to learn to have better racecraft if he doesn't get a good start. And he hasn't been able to.
But it's only his second year, man.
No, I understand that.
It's only his second year.
It's just, I think that there's so much hype around him that I think people are going to start to think that even if he's having problems, if he can't produce, that he might not be worth the risk in the next couple of years. Like, yeah, you have bike problems, but so has everybody else. J-Mart's had bike problems, and he's done stuff with it. I'm not jumping on Austin. I heard somebody mention that this week, and I started thinking about it, that what has he really done this year that's wowed us like his rookie year?
Yeah, I guess.
But I hope nothing but the luck for the kid.
Year's not over yet, though, so let's not get too crazy. And maybe PC will get their shit together.
Right.
I don't know. I just think it's not the year of the pro circuits.
Good God, look at AC. He comes out and kills it in practice, and then he can't do shit
Which is funny we're talking that because You have AC was right up in the top 3 in points in the East. Hill won the West Coast Supercross
Savacci second.
Savacci was second. I mean, so
you have arguably the most deep team in the 250 class, and you can't do anything with it.
They haven't done anything outdoors.
No,
indoors they were fine.
No, Supercross they have, but they haven't done anything
outdoors.
outdoors.
They haven't done anything.
Which aside from Hill, you can argue that those 3 are better outdoors than they are Supercross guys.
You've got AC's been top Hill was top qualifier today. Just
dude, I thought he could win
all day. Yeah, I thought he was going to too. Then you've got Savacci went 1-1. Was it Thunder Valley?
No, he went 3-1. He won the second moto.
I don't know, but he got an overall.
Yep.
I mean, you've had AC's been right up there on the podium multiple times this year. So we say, oh, they're not doing shit. But I guess the question is the bar set so high with them that anything other than absolute victory, we go, what the fuck is going on with them?
I think mainly, and as much as I hate to say this because I like the kid, I think it's the inability of Justin Hill to do anything. I think you look at him and you're like, dude, like everybody else is doing okay and you're not doing anything, and then you like look at the pro circuit results compared to the other teams and you're like, man, there's just really a drop off because Hill, other than that second moto Red Bud, hasn't done anything outdoors.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. I hate to see it because I like Mitch Payton.
Supercross only, bro.
Oh yeah, he might be the next guy to have a Supercross only contract here.
Yeah.
But anyways, on to the top 5.
Yeah, let's get on the top 5. Well, hold on. Anything else we need to cover here? What do we got on the board?
No, not really.
No, that was it.
Chase Sexton did good the second moto.
Yeah, he did all right.
So
anywho, okay, top 5 overall. 5th place, J-Mart.
Oh man, dude, I don't know what's going on with him this year.
Well, you're the J-Mart hype train. So
I am the J-Mart. I don't really know what's going on because like when he's on his good motos, like he's the fastest dude in the class. But when his bad today he just looked pedestrian.
Again, same speed as everyone else, just like we've talked about.
Yep.
And if he doesn't get a start, he doesn't do shit. He just ends up, he can come through maybe like the back half of the top 12 dudes and get up to like 5th, 6th, 7th place. But that's it. There you go. Then that's it. He tops out. He can't go any farther because everybody else is the same speed. Like we've talked about. This is the problem with this class is we've had so much parity, but the reason we've had parity is due to the starts.
Yep.
Because everyone is the same speed, like 1st through 12th, 1st through 15th. They all are. Literally. They get a start. Look at last week. Luke Renslin, Justin Hill. Fucking got a start at Red Bud, second moto. Ran up front.
Yep. And
Mitchell Harrison led for a while.
Wow.
There we go.
Yeah. Mitchell's been fast to those guys, but yeah, I get what you're saying. And the weird thing is that the start's never really been this crucial in this class because J-Mar for 2 years, Coop last year, and then obviously Baggett a few years ago proved that you didn't have to get a start to win.
Now, here's a question for you. Has J-Mart's level come down, or has everyone else's level come up?
Honestly,
that was a good fucking question.
It is a good question, and I hate to say this because I really both of us do really believe in that Geico bike. I think that it's come down because he's just had to learn how to ride it. I mean, think about how long he was on that Yamaha.
Yeah.
And when you get adapted to that bike, other than going from carburation to fuel injection, the chassis didn't really change much. You get stuck in your ways, and you have to go to a bike that is more really set up for you with how nimble it is. It's not the motor. I think it's gone down because I look at last year, Coop, I think last year's speed was faster than the guys this year. And then I think J-Mart of 2 years ago was faster than what the guys are this year. I don't know. It's really weird this year in the 250 class. And you look at Zacho, who has had 4 overalls now, which I had to go back and check because I couldn't remember if he won Glen Helen or not. He did. Frenchie just dominated that second moto. He's had 4 overalls, but if you really once again look at Zacho, he hasn't really proven that he's the fastest guy outright.
Nope.
But yeah, he's
Ryan Dungey in class.
He's Dungeying the class.
He is. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. And, let's move on to 4th place. RJ Hampshire, who's been on the sideline.
Dude.
I mean, great day for him. Looked awesome. Thought he was going to win that first moto.
Do you think he could have?
He had that tip.
I mean, we had a long moto to go.
Yeah, until he had that tip. Or obviously, he can run up front. He's 4th overall. So, again, there's another guy who's been on the bench. Now we throw him in. So, okay, now we had 12 guys. Now we got 13 dudes. And his bike didn't blow up both motos like Red Bud. Fuck that. Anyway, so now we've got another dude in that mix that can run the pace.
Do you think if his bike stays together, he can keep doing this if he gets starts? Because up until that point, he had been top 5 every time, and then his bike broke.
Oh yeah.
Which is crazy.
He's another dude. Just put him in the top 12.
Which is crazy, because look how crucial we've been of him.
Oh yeah. He hasn't done shit up until he hasn't really done shit.
No, he hasn't.
Other than get hurt, but he at least is showing speed now.
that first moto, guys, he was proving why Geico signed him and put a lot of money into him because he was killing it. Now you can say, hey, sand guy, growing up in Florida, whatever, but Redbud and Muddy Creek, he was running in the top 5 and then had bike problems. So, I mean, I'm happy for the kid. Looking like he was going to catch Amar and just ran out of time that second moto. But, dude, like, what? RG Hampshire, welcome back to Lucas Oil Pro Motocross because, dude, where the fuck have you been? So, good for him.
Yep.
It's great. It's awesome. More parity.
Yeah.
More parity.
More parity. All right, so moving on, third place, Alex Martin. The thing is like, we keep talking about the same dudes because, like, pretty much the top 5 or 6 are all the same. So we talk about the same guys week in and week out, and it's just like, okay, well, what do they do? Well, this is where they started.
Yeah.
The 250 class has actually been rather boring this year.
Yeah.
Because there hasn't been a shit ton of passing.
No, it's just basically everybody's been freight trading, and if somebody makes a mistake, they capitalize on it.
Yep, so Alex Martin, again, decent starts, can't keep it off the ground, fades a little bit.
Are you disappointed with him this year like I am?
A little bit. I thought he was going to dominate a little more. I thought it was going to be definitely a really good battle between him and I don't know exactly who else, but I thought him and someone else because Amart's got a shit ton of confidence outside. A shit ton. Yeah. So, you know, he never does well in Supercross. Him and it's a Martin thing. They just aren't Supercross riders. They're outdoor riders.
It's a tiny man syndrome.
Yeah, but anywho, so I definitely thought he was going to dominate more. I mean, you know, again, here we are. We're talking about, well, you know, he's a disappointment. But he's consistently on the podium every weekend. He just has these couple of bad motos here and there on the week, so he's not on the podium because he goes like 2:13 or 2:16, whatever. And, you know, and again, that's the difference between him in second place in points and Osborne leading the points. But again, has the speed.
This kind of goes back to my question that we kind of, when we did our preview show at the beginning of the year, talking about top guys. And if I remember correctly, we both probably had him pegged for consistent top 5s. I can't completely remember what we said. But does this, even though he's been consistent, does this kind of, because there was a lot of people, especially Steve Mathis, who likes to say we, meaning anything Amar does, he does as well, apparently.
Troll train.
But there's a lot of people in the industry, and smart people at that pegged him for a possible championship.
Troll train.
Does this kind of prove that last year the only reason he was in the mix all the time is because he was just consistent and he's really not the fastest guy like everybody thought?
He's still in the mix. He's podium.
I know, and he's second in the points. But it's like last year, everybody's like, oh man, you know, he's coming off, he's doing all this, and he never won.
I think the problem we're running into is that everybody's the same speed. Like we said, Osborne's dungeoning the whole class. So Osborne has such a big points lead that we look at everybody else as like, well, you suck. But it's like they don't really suck. They're still consistently getting like, you know, third place overalls and stuff. Second, you know, they're on the podium.
And Amart's even won a moto this year.
Yeah, but it's like there's been a couple of really bad motos, and that's it. And Osborne hasn't had that, which just makes me wonder, okay, when is his coming?
Yeah, I don't know.
And how bad is it going to be? Because we've seen him crash and get up, and he's got sprint speed to get back into the top 5 and save the day. But at what point is he going to have a mechanical or something and not get up or be able to finish from it?
Or it might be one of those things, and I would never wish this on anybody, but with how much he pushes the edge, with how off his technique kind of is, and he just kind of wills that bike around, that if he does happen to hit the deck, that it might be a little... I hope it doesn't. None of us really... No, we don't want him to crash. But like Travis said, it's eventually going to happen. It's just, is it going to be a mechanical or is it going to be a yard sale? And I don't know, man. There was a couple times today where he got pretty loose, and it's like, oh shit, he's going to tuck that front end and he's going to go fucking cartwheeling. Yep. So, I don't know. I mean, on to the second place guy, though. Frenchie, Dylan Ferrandis.
He looked really solid all day. Again, couldn't keep it off the deck, just like everyone else in the top.
He knows how to ride sand, though.
He does know how to ride sand.
And he just, even as gnarly as that track was getting the second moto, just the way he floats through instead of slamming it in, it's a la Marvin Musquin style. I don't know, man. I think he's the real deal, but once again, can't get fucking starts.
Yep.
If he gets a start, he can win. Because that's 2 times now he's gotten a start and he's won.
Well, the first moto, yeah, he did that, you know. But the first moto, he got the start, led, crashed, got up, and went back ahead. So he had the speed first moto, but again, second moto just didn't quite have it for Osborne.
But we don't know, though, what would have happened because he was only 2 seconds back when he went down. It was still a long... Now, I'm not saying he was going to win. I'm not saying that at all. But we don't know what would have happened. He was only 2 seconds back of Zacho when he went down. So, hey, maybe he would have put on a charge. Maybe he would have ran him wide. Or maybe he would have just stayed in second. But my point is that this is 3 times now that he's gotten a start. He proved that he can run the leader's pace. So it's like, dude, if he gets a start, could he have been winning this whole entire time? I don't know.
I don't know either.
So
let's move on to first place overall, though. I got one thing to say. Zach Osborne is Ryan Dungey, the 250 class. That's it. That's all I got to say.
it's pretty much over at this point. It's like 45 points.
Depends how bad his bad day is.
If it even happens.
If it even happens. But if he does have a bad... Okay, so let's say he has a bad day. He has two mechanicals.
Yeah.
pulls an RJ Hamster out.
I know, right?
Gets 0 points.
I don't know, man.
Because he's not 50 up yet, is he?
No, he's not 50 up yet. He's getting close. He's getting close.
Real
If
close.
Amar keeps getting fucking third and Zacho keeps getting these overalls, then it's going to be 50 after Millville. But with Zacho, I don't know. I've been around this for a long time, and I guess I have problems with people that win championships Dungey style. Like, anybody will say, hey, dude, whatever you got to do. I just grew up in an era where Carmichael and McGrath were the top guys, and they won championships by being the fastest. It bothers me when guys don't go out and obliterate everybody. Like,
He's an Osborne hater.
Okay, call me an Osborne hater. But it's like Kenny with last year. We knew that he was the best guy on every check level. We don't know if Osborne is better on every level. It's just everything's been going his way, and he's put himself in good situations. It's like I keep saying, you put him up against Coop of last year, and I don't think he wins.
Yeah, God, you're such an Osborne hater. He really is. He sat here all day. Fucking hate that guy.
I don't like him because
I hate that guy.
He's low key arrogant and nobody sees it.
I hate that guy.
I don't like him.
Dude, look at what Supercross. When you were like, he's not gonna win the title,
and he almost didn't. And he wouldn't have won. And we're not going to keep going into this because I keep telling you that he wouldn't have won had Savachi not got penalized.
Want to look dumb again, or?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, well,
he wouldn't have
got penalized if he would have cut 45 fucking seconds off the track. Don't be a dumbass. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. He played a dumbass game,
just
he won a
telling
dumbass prize.
So would we have had a different conversation had Osborne never won that championship? Because I think we would.
If ands, buts, or whats.
Oh my God, what are you, Matt?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm just telling you that I don't like it when people win championships by just being the most consistent and not being the fastest. You know, we're going to fucking pick him to go to MX of Nations. He's going to get his ass handed to him.
Hater.
Okay, I'm a hater. I don't give a shit. I don't know Zacho from Bob. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, right. If you walked out the door and saw Bob Blow, you would never know it was Bob Blow. But if you see Zach Osborne, you'd be like, that's Zach Osborne.
I don't know Zach Osborne personally.
Doesn't matter.
I met the dude one time.
Whatever.
I really don't care.
Whatever.
I'm just telling you.
Okay.
Are you a Zach Osborne lover?
No.
Then why do you keep hating on me? Because I hate on him.
But I'm not a hater.
Oh, okay. Cool. Good for you. You don't hate Zach Osborne and everybody else who jumps on his train because he won one time. Awesome. Good for him. You're 28 years old, the 250 class, bro. Let's start hating on you instead of Martin Davalos. Because he moved up to the 450 class first.
All right, cool. You got anything else to say about 250s? Or
no, not really.
Okay, cool.
Really.
Awesome. That's been the show for this week. Again, don't forget.
Whoa. That's not it for the show. We haven't even talked about the fact of what's going to happen when we go to Millville. It's a 2-week break.
J-Mart's going to win.
Oh, J-Mart's going to win?
You want to talk about anything else? Or?
So J-Mart's he's going to beat A-Mart.
Yeah.
There's going to be no battle there.
Yeah.
At all. Really?
Sure.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Aren't you the same one that just keep talking about what happens if he doesn't get a start?
Oh, J-Mart's winning.
Who's winning the 450 class?
Chad Reed.
Oh my God, you jackass.
I can only think about that because I can think about him launching off the side of the track. Jeremy Martin's going to win. Baggett and Eli are going to split the 450.
You don't think Ando had anything for him?
Ando's got a broken back.
He doesn't have a broke back.
Ando's going to retire next year like Ryan Dungey because he's going to be on the lake the rest of the summer. That's the thing. These managers, this is a thing for you. If your guy is hurt, don't let him go to the lake. Look at Davey Millsaps.
Dude, Davey is just sitting on a lake and keep telling people he's injured, but he's really not.
Davey's contracted to ride right now.
I know, and he keeps telling people he's on a lake, and he keeps telling them they're going to come back. Oh, Betty Bloss is coming back to Millville.
Uh-huh, yeah. So you want to know how I know that... You want to know when I knew that they were not bringing back Davey Millsaps for the outdoor
The moment Dakota Alex kept showing up?
Yeah, when they signed him. Because what are you going to do, have 4 450 guys?
Well, I mean, they don't have a 250 team, so why not?
You have 4 450 guys.
It wouldn't be the
out
first.
Of the same
it wouldn't be the first time it's ever happened. Subway Honda did it back in the day.
How long ago was that?
2004.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, all I'm saying, Hey,
So
you know
Darren
what?
Millsaps, we'll see you for 2018 Supercross, bud.
What happens if they bring Davey back and Benny Bloss is on a 250?
No, absolutely not.
I couldn't
Benny's
get-
contracted to ride a 450.
I couldn't get through that without laughing because that'd just be a catastrophic failure. Okay, anyway, Millville's in 2 weeks. We got a break. Eli...
J-Mart wins 250s. Eli and Baggett split 450s. Whoever wins second moto wins the overall. You're welcome.
You gonna stamp that? Okay, so you stamp J Mart winning. All right, cool. So J Mart, even though I hope he does, goes out and gets his ass handed to him. We can come back and say, you want to look stupid again?
I'm not the dumbass who said Osborne wasn't going to win the freaking Supercross title.
Dude, when I said that, Savachi was up by like 20 points.
Osborne not going to win the Supercross title.
Hey, and you know what? Once again, I'll keep telling you, had he not got penalized, he wouldn't have won the championship.
No, don't cut 45 seconds off the track then.
Oh my God, it wasn't 45 seconds. It was
Okay,
like,
it was 27 seconds.
It was
He
like
cut 20. No, it was 27 seconds.
It was like 8 seconds to him and the guy behind him. They just cut the track.
He
of
cut
20.
27 seconds worth of lap time
Oh my
off.
God.
Go
Whatever.
back and watch
Whatever.
it.
Whatever.
Go back and watch. What race was it? I'll watch it. I'll tell you exactly.
It was East Rutherford.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was East
All
Rutherford.
right, fine. I'll go back and watch that, and then
Whatever.
I will put a post
K.
on the
Savachi
Facebook,
hater.
on the
K. Savachi.
Facebook
K.
page. I
Savachi
do.
hater.
I do not like that guy.
Why do you not like Joey Savachi?
Because he can't fucking hold it together. He's a choke artist.
What has Osborne done up till
He
this year?
chokes harder than my girlfriend does on my dick. I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
What?
Get up and finish the show.
Oh my God. Are you gonna have to edit this whole fucking section?
Nope. We're doing it. We're doing it. Anyhow,
Okay. Anyways, we gotta end the show now.
it's really short. It's not that long, so we don't have that issue. Anywho,
Okay.
all right. So that's it for the show. Shout out to Jace. Right? That was
Jace
his name?
Reed.
Jace Reed. Whatever, man. It's Jace. Jace, you know who you are.
Fuck that up.
Shout out to you, bro. Because you wanted me to give you shout out, so there you go. That's your shout out, bro. This was a great show. We got to do this more often.
This is gonna get so many fucking views.
So anywho, no show next week because there's no race. So we'll see you guys. Oh, don't forget, click the Amazon links. Help us out. Help send us to Monster Cup.
Travis is going to a shootout next week.
C-Class Shootout, bro. We're racing a 15-minute. It's a memorial ride. Don't make fun of it. It's a memorial ride for a
Jacob Bergonia.
fallen rider. Yeah. So I did also donate some powder coating stuff to some powder coating services to give away on that. So helping out, but I'm also gonna ride it, which is gonna be awesome. We're doing 15 minutes plus a lap. Feel like I'm gonna go do well at that.
Travis is gonna send it.
I got fitness, bro.
You're gonna send it.
I'm just kidding. There's probably gonna be some 16-year-old kids gonna try to take my front wheel off, and I'm gonna kill him.
Travis is gonna launch the tunnel and he's gonna land in the corner.
Probably beat his dad's ass, but whatever.
Just like you launched the finish line at Red Bull.
Over jumped the shit out of that thing. Alright, that's been it for the Moto Aftermath Show this week. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks after Millville.
It's okay.
Let's try this one more time.
No.
Alright. Scene 1, take 1, 3, 2, 1. Really?
3, 2, 1, really?
I fucking hate you.
God. Alright, seriousness.
Let's
fucking
just get
do it.
through this.
Oh.
Let's start over.
Okay.